Isamu Noguchi was one of the 20th century's most important and critically acclaimed sculptors. Through a lifetime of artistic experimentation, he created sculptures, gardens, furniture, lighting designs, ceramics, architecture, and set designs. His work at once subtle and bold, traditional and modern, set a new standard for the reintegration of the arts. Noguchi traveled extensively throughout his life. He discovered the impact of large-scale public works in Mexico, earthy ceramics and chalky gardens in Japan, subtle ink brush techniques in China, and the purity of marble in Italy. He incorporated all of these impressions into his work, which utilized a wide range of materials, including stainless steel, marble, or granite. Isamu Noguchi was born in Los Angeles the November 17th of 1904. He was the son of Yone Noguchi, a Japanese poet who was acclaimed in the United States, and Leonie Gilmore, an American writer who edited much of Noguchi's work. He began to show his artistic abilities at an early age, and when he was 13 years old, he moved to Indiana to attend the Interlaken School. While he was studying pre-medicine at Columbia University, he took evening sculpture classes in New York, Lower East Side, mentoring with the sculptor Honorio Rotolo. However, he soon left the university to become an academic sculptor. In 1926, Noguchi saw an exhibition in New York of the work of Constantine Brancusi that profoundly changed his artistic direction. Later, with a John Simon Guggenheim Fellowship, Noguchi went to Paris and in 1927 worked in Brancusi's studio. Inspired by the older artist's forms and philosophy, Noguchi turned to modernism and abstraction, infusing his finished pieces with a lyrical and emotional expressiveness, and with an aura of mystery. Returning to New York after traveling through Asia, Mexico, and Europe, he proposed landscape works and playgrounds. Noguchi's work was not well known in the United States until 1940, when he completed a large-scale sculpture symbolizing the freedom of the press. This was the first of what would become numerous celebrated public works, from playgrounds to plazas and gardens to fountains, all reflecting his belief in the social significance of a culture. In his later years, Noguchi had studios both in New York and Japan, but his work also got a place at the MoMA in 1946. In 1985, he opened the ISAMU Noguchi Garden Museum in New York, that is now known as the Noguchi Museum. That museum, established and designed by the artist, marked the culmination of his commitment to public spaces.
Now we're going to show the most important art pieces made by Isamu Noguchi, overviewing the major creative periods and highlighting the greatest achievements by the artist. First of all, we have the Noguchi table. This piece accomplishes the ideal of the good design by allowing art, including that of the avant-garde, and enhancing the lives of everyday people, by reducing the table just to 3 basic elements with smoothly shaped pieces of wood, unpainted to exploit the natural grain, and interlocked to create a tripod that supports the glass top. He abstains from all excess ornamentation, letting the true nature of the material speak, while accentuating the elegance of the simple forms. It reveals everything about the simplicity of his materials, and it beautifully unites design with functionality. Noguchi originally created this iconic table in 1944, and today it is widely sold by Herman Miller Inc. It is considered one of the most important works of furniture ever designed, and even more noteworthy, it can be found in living rooms, as well as museums across the world today. Moving on, we have the gardens for UNESCO. His garden designs became a crucial concept for his sculptural landscapes, which he saw as a means to integrate art into social environments. This was his first major landscape commission. Noguchi felt that gardens should be experienced as natural, untouched, so he included elements such as overall organic shapes and lanterns made of natural stone. He arranged the carefully selected Japanese stones by drawing on both Japanese tradition and his own unique design, fusing his skill as a designer with his high regard for the natural world. Lastly, we have the oak tetra. Oak tetra is considered one of the most beautiful modernist sculptures ever created. This was designed in 1968. It was a reinforced Greek sculpture that, even though it was designed as a play sculpture, it has an amazing artistic appeal that will look beautiful as a standalone outdoor sculpture in a modernist garden.